I have something very special planned for today. I'm going to make mixed media stamp sheets based on these kind of sheets that like they're kind of collector's items that you can buy, and I think something like that would be so cool to have in a journal. So then it's just a whole sheet and you turn it into stamps. Let's see what we can come up with. Hi everyone, my name is Mary Lou and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. Here is my project, again, mixed media stamp sheets. I don't very often show the products that I am going to use or the items that I'm going to use. But in this case, I think I need to. So what I have here is I have some lightweight cardstock. I don't want to take very heavy cardstock because I don't think it will work. I also have, and yes, I am going to use these. These are my 12 by 12 collaged newspaper clippings that I have put on there, and I think I want to use one of those as a background. So let's get started. I need to put some color. I need to create some backgrounds here. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit so we have more space to work. So I have two pretty plain ones and one that has a beautiful background. This is how I finished the back. So I'm going to grab my glass plate, and it is fairly clean after yesterday's metal embellishments. So right now, this is my last video that I am recording for the week. And then tomorrow is going to be the live that I have not figured out what I'm going to do yet because I haven't pulled the ticket yet. Would you like me to do that now so we can maybe, while I am doing this, discuss what I might be doing? Ooh, they're coming flying out. That one? Paper ruffles. Oh, what a lovely project for a live broadcast. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So that is for my live stream on Friday. Paper ruffles. And during the live stream, I can't really pull the project for Saturday, but I can pull it now. Let's just pull both. So that one was Friday, and maybe I'll change it around. Let's pull one more. We're not doing that one because I have a different plan with that one. Bows. Oh yeah, let's do that. So we'll do bows for Saturday and ruffles on Friday during the live. And then Sunday, I think I may have a special guest with me. And that's really exciting to have a special guest. I think I want to create a background with sprays. So this is just plain cardstock, and plain cardstock is just not that good to use with sprays. They just don't stand up very well against them. So I need to use a little gesso. I just want them to look, I want to kind of have like something a little grungy. And I actually bought cheap paintbrushes so I can use my use that on my use that with my gesso. Sorry. And I'm just dry brushing it on. So I'm going to do a very, very thin layer of gesso right here. I still want to color it. But I want the images kind of shimmering through. I don't need them to be totally visible, just shimmering through. And newspaper is just lovely to use. I'm trying to get it to be on there. There we go. Perfect. All three have a little bit of gesso on them. They are completely dry. My background is cleanish. It's not perfect. But who needs it to be perfect, right? And I am looking for my gelatos, and I am looking for my sprays. And my gelatos are right here. And I think I want to do, maybe I want to do something in aquamarine. That would be pretty. Those two. Maybe with that blue. Can do that. Okay. I usually pick 3 colors. Mostly because it's more fun. So the one that is going to be the most vibrant is this one. And I think I want to do that on the newspaper. I think that would look cool. And then these two are just going to be the sprays. I had to do a quick fix on what I was wearing because I was wearing a new shirt and I don't really want to get ink all over my new shirt. Let's start with the little one first. And I want to start with a vintage photo. And I'm going to splatter it. And I'm just giving it lots of splatter. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the dried marigold. And I want lots of splatter on here. And you can see the splatter is going everywhere. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the scattered straw. So it's kind of like a yellow and a brown and an orange. And I'm glad I put a different shirt on, let me tell you. Okay, so I am going to dry this. So I made that one. That one I know we've seen. And then I did this one exactly the same way. It's still wet. I'm letting it dry. And then I used up all the ink that was on the desk. And I made 2 strips of paper that I smushed through it, just so that we're caught up on what I did. And this is so pretty. It just kind of came out like that. So perfect. So now I am going to take my newspaper, and if you can see, like, I got some distress oxides on there. It's all good. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to use these 3 gelatos. So that is metallic mint, aqua dolce, and metallic blueberry. And I think I want to go with the aqua dolce first and go in the center. I don't need lots, just a little, because I have gesso on there now, so it will blend. So then I'm just putting some of the metallic mint, and I want to go a little further out. I think I want to do the same thing with this one as well, to go just a little further, blend it into the other one. And then I'm going to use the metallic blueberry and go around like this as a frame. And then there's different ways that you can blend this. And I think I want to try one of these. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to go to the water brush. But I think it should work, because I can blend it to the outside. Yeah, that works really nicely, actually. And only because there is gesso underneath does it blend like that, because the gesso takes away the grip from the paper. So if you have just the plain paper and you're trying to use gelatos, it just won't blend as nicely as when you have gesso underneath it. Lovely, I like it. I want a little bit more right there. And I want to use the aquamarine. There we go. So now the cool thing with gelatos is that I can spray it. It's all over my fingers now. I can spray this down. And it is water-based, right? So, and then I can take a coffee filter, put it over top, and kind of take away some of it. But it won't be even on what I'm taking away. It just won't. But look how beautiful that coffee filter is now, too. And I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to scrunch this up. And with a bunch of the scrunched up, I want to remove just a little bit more. And you get a little bit of a design in the paper, but the background still shimmers through. So I'm going to put this one aside to dry now. And I think this one fell, so it kind of blended or kind of streamed down, and this one. Okay. So now I want to use a little water. Not a lot. I just need one spray. If it wants to spray. Okay, I needed 3 sprays because it wasn't spraying in the right spot. So that's all I needed. And I'm going to blend this very lightly. I just put the brush like just barely on it, and I'm just going around it. I want some kind of a pretty blended background. Where it becomes a little grungy. It's doing what I want, sort of. There we go. I like that. That works for me. And I'll let that dry. And then this one, I don't want to do that with. I want to spray this one down, and I'm going to use lots of water. And this is kind of where I want to take this. This is all I want from it. I want it to move on its own. And then I'm going to put the dryer on it. I'm going to show you what is going to happen. So I will take the sound away. All 3 are very different. Of course, because they have different colors, but they're also all done with different techniques. They're all very pretty. I think this one might be my favorite. I really like how that turned out. But I also really like this one. It kind of looks marbled, and I like it. So now I'm going to turn them into stamps. And I need to do this part first before I can do some decorations on there. So I'm going to put this on a soft foam sheet. And I'm going to grab a ruler. And I'm going to make sure that everything is sitting straight. So I'm putting this actually at the bottom of the foam sheet because I don't want crooked lines. So here's my center line. And I'm laying my ruler right on there. And I have my very handy pattern tracer, or my tracing wheel. And I'm just going to go over top of this. Like that. Okay. So that is the center, and then I want about 1/2 inch on each end. 1/2 inch on this end. I'm just going back and forth a few times so that I have a good perforated line. And then I'm turning this the other way around. I'm going to put it like this. And I'm going to find that center line again. So then I am taking my ruler again. And I'm going from the top to the bottom. And I'm pushing down fairly hard. You don't overly have to. But look what I just did. I just wrecked it. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll make it work. I also went crooked. Well, can't all be perfect. So then I'm going back to about 1/2 inch. That side. And I'm going to turn it around because that would be easier. And then I'm just going to lay it down so that it's straight, and then I'll measure 1/2 inch. So right about there. And I have really what looks like a stamp sheet. From the back it's easier to see, but yeah, it works. It'll do exactly what I want it to do. And kind of bend it a bit. There we go. To do the same thing with this one, and it's looking like it's not completely dry, but it is dry. It's really weird, actually. So again, I'm going to put it down right there. Make sure that it is straight and even. Put the ruler over the center. And I just did the exact same thing that I just did on the other one too. And I cut it right through the center. Shoot. Put a little bit too much pressure on there. And again. So I do need to cut a little strip all the way around so that it looks like postage stamps. And it helps if you actually go through the paper and not the ruler. There we go. Working, but it's not working. Kind of that idea. That one worked. I could hear it. Okay, so it is perfect, but it's a little crooked right here. This line is crooked, but I can't fix it now, so it is going to be crooked forever. And then I still have this one left. And I want this one in 4 as well. And I will do the same thing. I'm going to just go around it. Whoops, that was my bell. It's very cool. Okay, so I have beautiful backgrounds for my stamps. They may not be absolutely perfect. This one definitely is not, but you know, it is what it is. I can't change it now. This one is also not perfect, but this one is. So it, like I said, it is what it is. I'll put that away, and now we can go to town and decorating. The first thing I want to do is I want to use some ink to ink them up. You can't have anything mixed media without the ink around it. So I'm using my vintage photo. And I'm just going around and giving it that little bit. Imagine that. You'll see like the pieces are a little loose here and there. Okay, so now let's decorate. So it's actually going to be pretty simple. I have a book here full of butterflies, and I want to use some blue ones. So I want 4 different blue butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4. How simple can you get, right? All I have to do is ink around them. So then I can just glue them on here. Okay, I found a thread cluster. I have my butterflies. I also grabbed some of the itty bitty little envelopes that I made for my mini envelope clusters. I had a bunch left, so I just grabbed some. And now I am just going to make little collages on these with the 3 items. I'm grabbing my scissors and I'm cutting the thread cluster into 4 pieces. That is the bonus of when it's sewn together, because they won't fall apart. They still won't fall apart. Or maybe they will if you pull hard enough. So I'm going to put that there, and then tuck a little envelope right underneath. I like that. I'm going to grab my glue and I'm going to glue that down. I'm not thinking about this an awful lot. I just want to get this on here, and like we are mass making, I am going to make the 3 sheets, so that's why I am not thinking about it too much. I am just doing. But how cute is that? So I'll do the same with the other ones, but I'm going to put them all in different spots. So when you cut these, like, you also get the loose threads that are hanging there, which makes it really, really cool. So I'm going to put that right there. Put the envelope somewhere, right there. Take a butterfly. You see, I'm not even additioning anything. I am just gluing. Just sticking it down and getting it in place. Now I gotta tell you that I'm not happy with this one. I wanted probably more like that. That's better. I'm going to take another thread cluster. And I'm going to put the glue down. Put the thread cluster over top. And yes, I used a lot of glue, but there's a reason for that. Because I could see that the threads were a little loose. So I want them to be stuck down. Put some glue on the envelope. Stick it onto there so that it is totally different. And then put some glue on my butterfly. And it can go right there. And then I just need my last thread cluster. I'm going to put it down here. Like that. Oh, that didn't work very well. There. Okay. There we go. I think I want this one a little bit different. I think I want it more like that. There we go. Better. One done. I think it's cute. So let's try the next one. Let's see. I know there is tiny ones in here. That one not. That one. That one. I want a different color. I have a pink. Or do I want the purple? Let's go like this. I'm going to go like this actually. That's cute. I want to use a thread cluster again. And I think on this one, I may want to use, because it is kind of cutesy, I can use a pink one. And this one is huge, so that's perfect. I do have to be careful because it's not sewn up here. So I have to cut it carefully so that it doesn't fall apart on me. Okay. I'm going to grab my glue on here. And stick my clusters on there. There. And that one right there. Done. Then I need to ink around my perfume bottles. And they'll just blend into the background that way. Or the edges do. And what do I want to do with the birds? Now I am just going to start gluing it down. And I have my 3-in-1 glue. And I'm just, all I have to do is ink around the perfume, or not ink, glue the perfume bottles down. Are they perfect? I'm gonna go with no, but I do like them a lot. They're just cute. This one is too low. There we go. And I like using the Fast Grab Tacky Glue because it works very well on mixed media. So again, I have 4 different ones, and they're cute. There's nothing more, or like, you know, they're pretty, they're cute. I have a little bit of a pencil that I can give these a little bit of a shadow. So this is just colored pencil. Oops. There we go. Very, very simple to put together. And then I have my labels with my birds. And I'm not doing a whole heck of a lot of thinking about it. I am sticking the labels down. In different places on here. I do want to make sure that they're somewhat straight, which is hard to do when your lines are crooked. And I'm just grabbing the birds. Oh, this one may need to go sideways. I may go like this. This one's also probably just a little too big. Okay, so grab the different bird to make sure that they're not too big. And then we're just sticking them on there. And then this one. This one's also, the tail's just a little bit too big, but that's okay. It is all good. There we go. Zoom you out a little bit. So there we go. 3 mixed media stamp set sheets completed. Right here with the perfume bottles. I think they're really cute. This one with the birds that I really like. It actually turned out way better than what I thought it would. And then the butterflies. So they're very simple. The backgrounds are really what is going to take the most time, and the cutting of the stamp design. But other than that, they're super simple to make. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because tomorrow will be the live stream where I am going to make, what was it? Do we remember what it was? No. Oh, the paper ruffles. We're going to make paper ruffles. And because, you know, you can never have too many paper ruffles. And I think I have a couple of different materials that I want to make them out of. So you'll have to tune in and see what I'm going to do. And then on Saturday, I'll be making bows. So yeah, we know for the next few days what's going to happen. I have a big surprise on the weekend, and I think you guys might like it. So Sunday, you may want to tune in because I have a special guest. And that special guest might also be there on Monday, but we'll have to see how it goes. But for today, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.